Jan, Job Accommodation Network, Practical Solutions, Workplace Success, 800-526-7234 for voice, 877-781-9403 for TTY. AskJan.org. Return to work following a back injury. Gus has been with Jackson Industries for about 8 years. He recently experienced a work-related back injury. Gus is well-liked by his peers and part of the local union. He has been out of work for 3 months. The manager, Nick, is reluctant to bring Gus back. Nick is in his office adjacent to a manufacturing area. Gus comes in to see him with his paperwork.
Hey, how are you, Nick? Long time no see. How's it going?
Gus, good to see you back on your feet. How's that back feeling?
Getting a little better every day. Bored as can be, though. Not much for watching daytime TV.
Yeah, I imagine that gets old real fast.
Yeah.
You have some paperwork for me?
Yes, here are the forms my doctor was required to sign.
Nick reviews papers from Gus.
Gus, it says here you have some pretty significant restrictions as far as what you're able to do. Must not lift anything over 10 pounds for at least 6 months and nothing greater than 20 pounds indefinitely. Also, no sitting or standing for extended periods.
Well, it's going to take a little longer for my back to heal, but I'd really like to get back to work, though. There's got to be something I can do.
I don't know, Gus. I'd like to help, but you know how busy we are on the line. And offhand, I can't think of a job you could do with these kinds of restrictions.
Okay, I see. Well, what do I do then?
Well, let me talk to our HR and employee relations reps. I honestly don't know. I'll get back to you when I have some answers.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll let the guys know I won't be back just yet and tell my labor rep.
Dejected, Gus gets up from chair.
We'll figure it out, Gus.
Gus sadly departs office. Nick displays frustrated look, reaches for phone and calls HR.
Joan. Yeah, it's Nick over on the gray line. I have an employee who was off of work because of a back injury. Gus Gilmore. He wants to come back to work, but his doctor's note says that he can't lift anything over 10 pounds and that he can't sit or stand for extended periods. Look, I know he wants to work, but what am I supposed to do with somebody with these kinds of restrictions?
Nick, you know we need to reasonably accommodate individuals who have a disability under the Americans with Disabilities Act.
Yes, I remember that from the management training, but what does reasonable look like on a busy manufacturing line? I mean, these are not desk jobs.
Let me call Jan, the Job Accommodation Network, and see what they suggest.
Joan, Kurt Ryder is knocking on my door. I guess Gus told his rep that I wasn't optimistic about finding a role for him in the future. What should I say to him?
Just tell him you're working on it and to give you a chance to do a little research. Listen, I need you to send over the job descriptions with the essential job duties of the various positions in your department as soon as feasible. I'm gonna need that to talk to the folks at Jan.
Geez, all the jobs? I don't have detailed JDs for every position here. We write them up when we recruit, and they're always changing with the new procedures and technology.
Just send me what you've got. I'm also gonna have someone from Employee Relations, Lynn Brust, review the JDs. She'll likely come down and review the jobs in the area after reading the role descriptions. Lynn will be the one who reaches out to Jan, and the more she knows about your shop, the better.
Okay, I gotta go. Thanks, I'm glad I caught you.
That's what I'm here for, Nick. Listen, don't make any promises, but be a little reassuring. Let these guys know you care about Gus and want to make something work. They'll likely be more patient if you sound like you want to help Gus out, if you can.
Got it.
Kurt, a union representative, enters Nick's office to discuss Gus's employment future. Nick waves Kurt into office.
What can I do for you?
Nick! So you and Gus were talking about him coming back to work, and it didn't go well. So Gus went over to his union guy's station and told him he's a little anxious and worried about coming back to work. And word is on the line that he left feeling a little disheartened. Now, Gus is a really nice guy, and there could be repercussions if people on the line, friends of his, feel that he wasn't treated well.
I guess I could have been a little more supportive, but I just don't know what kind of job he can do given the kind of accommodations he needs. Good news is we got our folks in HR working this. We're going to explore all the possibilities, but I can't promise anything. But maybe we'll find something that makes sense. I mean, you know all the pressure we're under to deliver. I need a little time here to look this through.
I got it. I'll try to cool the line down a little bit.
Hey, can you help me round up some job descriptions? HR needs to do some research for Gus.
Some of my JDs are really outdated. We got this new boilerplate language where, where everything's in transformation. And, well, you probably heard about it, but we're going to do this thing where everyone's going to get lean with this Six Sigma process.
Yes, upper management has got religion around this lean thing.
I got you.
All right.
See ya.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Kurt exits office. 3 weeks later, we see Lynn from Employee Relations and Ann from Jan, both in their office on the phone.
Hi, Ann. It's Lynn again at Jackson Industries.
Hi, Lynn. How are you?
Good. I need your help again. We explored the options that you suggested. We tried a lifting device to help with the weight, but it slowed things down too much. He tried a sit-stand stool and ended up standing because of how he had to reach. We also looked at lightening the load he needed to lift, but we found it just wasn't possible.
Well, it sounds like you tried to make things work in his current position. The next step would be to consider reassignment to another position that he's qualified for, with or without an accommodation. Do you have any openings?
Maybe. We're starting this new program where there might be opportunities. It's called Lean Six Sigma. There's a big push to reduce defects and increase output using this approach. We haven't typically been offering the lean training to individual contributors or hourly employees, but I don't see why we couldn't.
Perfect. Well, do you know if there are any lifting or sitting requirements for this position in the lean program?
I don't think so. I mean, it's a very important role, but it doesn't require doing anything that would conflict with the medical recommendations outlined. And it works best when it's somebody who's trusted and well-liked.
Well, this sounds like a great solution to explore.
Thank you. I would have never considered this option without your input. Thanks, Ann.
Glad to help you.
Lynn hangs up and looks relieved. 1 week later, Lynn, Kurt, Gus, and Nick meet in Nick's office to discuss new job position for Gus.
Gus, thanks for coming back in today.
Gus
as a
appears
follow-up to
apprehensive.
the conversation that we had about a month ago. I know it took a little longer than we had hoped, but with Lynn and Kurt's help, I think we have identified a path forward for you to come back while accommodating your health need.
Gus, my name's Lynn Bruce. I work with employee relations, and I consult on reasonable accommodations for Jackson. And I've been doing some research with the Job Accommodation Network. I've also been talking with Nick and Kurt and the folks on our Manufacturing Excellence team. We think that you would make a great Lean Six Sigma facilitator.
What's Lean Six Sigma and how can I help anyone if I don't even know what it is?
Lean Six Sigma is a new process we're going to be adopting across the production lines that helps decrease defects and improve output. We have internal training that we would like to offer you. It takes about a week initially, and then you'll need to continue periodically training with the master trainer to improve and hone your skills. Your role is going to be to help teach this approach to others on the line. You'll monitor progress and make adjustments as needed.
Sounds interesting, but is it the same pay?
Yes, Gus. Your salary, hours, and level will stay the same. The only change is going to be in the title, which we're working on right now. It's going to be Lean Six Sigma Green Belt Facilitator. We talked to the top union guys, and they gave it a thumbs up.
Greenbelt. Is that like martial arts or something?
Well, if you like it and continue studying and applying what you've learned, you can earn all the way up to a black belt. It's a job that focuses on what's in your head and that you're able to effectively communicate with others. No lifting, and you can vary your sitting and standing and other movements at work as needed.
And we can even order you a sit-stand desk that goes up and down, and you can get up whenever you need to stretch.
How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Great.
Good.
Great.
Good.
Is it a deal?
Yeah.
All right. Congratulations.
I'm glad it worked out.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good stuff. All right. Yeah.
6 months later, Nick and Gus walk side by side.
Congratulations, Gus. Our being recognized for lean excellence could have never happened without you.
It's been quite a ride. First, I wasn't too excited with all the new lingo and processes, but hey, they get results. This combined with the new computer tech position I'm training for will make for a nice mixed role. I wasn't sure I could become a green belt facilitator, but in the end, this experience gave me the confidence I needed.
Well, we are lucky to have you as part of the team. Just glad it worked out. By the way, they tell me you're going for the black belt.
I am. The new tech job will give me the time to keep working on the Lean Six Sigma project. My kids may not understand exactly what it is that I do, but they're pretty excited that I'm going for a black belt.
Gus and Nick walk off camera. Camera pans to sign. Gray line number 1. In producing these videos, we were committed to recruiting talent that appropriately reflects the diversity of the U.S. Thus, both actors with and without disabilities were featured in these videos. Special thanks to DebDaggettDiversity.com, DisabilityInclusion.com, and Margaret Spence. MargaretSpence.com for their valuable contributions to the production of this video. This video was developed and produced by the Job Accommodation Network, JAN. JAN is a service of the Office of Disability Employment Policy, U.S. Department of Labor, grant number OD23442-1275454. This video does not necessarily reflect the views or policies of the Office of Disability Employment Policy, nor does mention of trade names, commercial products, or organizations imply endorsement by the U.S. Department of Labor.